Good morning everybody, welcome back to a new video. Sorry it's been a little while in between uploads like it always is because I'm fucking useless at keeping uploads in routine. But that's okay, well, I'm back now, so that's all that matters. So on today's episode or video, we're going to be talking about my R33 and where I have been and obviously what I've gotten up to. Obviously since I last made a video, I can't even show what the last video was, bear with me one moment. The last video I put out, let me see. Was 5 months ago. So long time between videos. So 5 months ago, I put the S14 subframe in the back end of my car, and I pretty much have not driven my car since. So moral of the story is, don't have a car that is very expensive to run and maintain, and then kind of put it on the back burner and not finish it. So what happened was, obviously, put the S14 subframe in the 33, and before I did all that, one of the last videos I made, which was last year or a year before, I don't fucking know, it's been too long. I went drifting at QR in said 33. So when I was drifting, I burnt a hole through my oil supply line, obviously to my turbo, which happened to unfortunately be rubbing on like the bottom side of the rear housing. So obviously it got very hot, burned a hole in it, and I wondered why I was having like my low oil pressure light was coming on every now and again when I was limiter bashing the absolute arse out of my car. So I then obviously come off the track and parked the car up where I was in my little pit section, and noticed that there was a substantial puddle of oil under my car. So obviously I jacked it up, got under there, and found that I had burnt a hole in my supply line. So anyway, obviously I kept driving the car, or not that day, obviously I loaded up on the trailer and I went home. I had a spare turbo supply line here. So fitted it, and then obviously did an oil change, etc. And then started driving the car again, just dailying, not dailying it, but just driving it every now and again. And then I noticed that the turbo was making a funky noise on decel, obviously, when it was dosing or fluttering, whatever you people, pardon me, want to call that. It was making like a really high-pitched squeal noise. I'm thinking, okay, this doesn't sound good. So what had happened is I just think I destroyed the bearing that was in it. So I had a fair bit of shaft play, and I thought, fuck it, I'll pull the turbo off, I'll send it away to Hypergear, and I'll get them to recore it, and I'll put it back on the car, and we'll go from there. But that didn't happen. What happened? He took my turbo, and I got another one. So the turbo that was like this big is now this fucking big. It is huge, and obviously I've had to modify stuff and make things work at the same time. So I now have a turbo that's larger than my hand or my head, bolted to the side of my RB. But I'll show that in a second. Obviously there's other supporting mods that I've done at the same time to get it to where it is. I'm not sure if you can see in the shot, but there's a new intercooler on the front, so that says something. But yeah, so I went from the return flow intercooler to a normal intercooler. Obviously return flow is that both pipes go back up the other side. So now I have an Aeroflow intercooler on the front. Bought it second hand, good price, can't complain. But yeah, obviously my car has sat like this on stands for quite some time now, and I'm getting the shits with it. So without further ado, let me put the bonnet up and let's have a look and see what you guys have been missing and what I've been seeing all the time but not driving. So one moment. Okay, so without further ado, here is how my engine bay looks now, since I haven't updated you for quite some time. So anyway, the 25 Neo now has an Ataku Garage forward-facing plenum. Luckily this one isn't cracked like they always split through here, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Obviously I've still got my 870cc injectors. I haven't changed those as of yet. I fitted a catch can. I made that whole bracket work. I'm not sure if I've shown that before, but that's up there now. I relocated my battery to the boot. Don't worry about that. So that's something I made when I was an apprentice Boilermaker. That was the first thing I ever made. It's literally like a solid stainless steel block made of like 10mm stainless plate. Heavy as fuck. So anyway, we'll put that down there for the moment. Anyway, so yeah, relocated my battery to the boot, so it's all powered and everything like that now, so it's in the back. I'll show you shortly. Forward facing, so I've obviously got to make, this is the pipe that come with the intake, so obviously that's going to go through there, but I need to modify this pretty much to make that work right, but obviously that's going to be a bit of a mission, because this is 3.5 inch aluminium piping, so I've got to obviously find a piece of that to make a new pie cut to make that go in there, obviously. Now I have this absolute fucking doozy of a 4-inch dose pipe. It probably doesn't need to be that long, but obviously I wanted to get it to close behind the headlight as possible, you know, to get obviously the airflow through there. So yeah, I've got a 4-inch intake. Now I've gone 2.5 inch intercooler piping, and it like fits like perfect. I made it fit real nice, like down through obviously the factory hole, which comes out here. I've got one silicone joint there, and then obviously this piece goes into here. So I use a lot of like secondhand pieces I had, so obviously you can tell the difference between like the, you know, the new piece compared to the older piece, but I fabricated this myself. So from here all the way up and then up into here, and this was a piece I already had, so I literally was like perfect in use for that. And obviously I just put that piece there. You can see the difference between the welds between this one and obviously that there. 4-inch dose pipe, and then I also fabricated a brand new 3-inch V-band dump pipe, and then obviously still the same screamer. But so the turbo that I have there is, I don't understand where he gets his names from, but it's a Hypergear, obviously. It's an ATR 43 SS ball bearing turbo, and it's also T51R mod. So let me just pop this absolute, like, look at the size of this thing. Like, it is bigger than my fucking head, like half of my body for a dose pipe. Anyway, so yeah, there's the turbo down there. So yeah, ATR 43 SS with the T51R mod, and it is a ball bearing turbo as well. So I generally cannot wait to hear that thing start up for the first time. So it will be nice and spooly. So I'm keen as for that. So I'm just going to put you down for a minute while I just refit this back on, because I don't want shit to go in the front of my turbo. So yeah, I happened to just, I was just off work yesterday because the front end bushes in my upper control arms collapsed in my Hilux, so I didn't really feel safe driving my little people around and myself, you know, the 40 kilometers it is for me to go to work every day. So I took the day off, I had that fixed, and while I was waiting for arms to arrive to my local Fulcrum dealer, I thought, fuck it, let's just work on the Skyline, because you don't work on it any other time, because obviously life fucking happens. That's why. But anyway, from here I'm quite satisfied with how it looks. I'm not sure if, you know, do I want to get it powder coated or whatever, or do I just leave it? But also obviously I had to get this elbow here welded on, so big shout out to Dave at 180 Fab for doing that for me with minimal notice. So I've had this turbo sitting on this car for maybe like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, I really don't know. Time just gets away. Wouldn't say I've been having fun, but time fucking flies, put it that way. Anyway, we'll go this way to the back of my car. So I now have, obviously there's just shit in the back. Obviously this is another bit of 4-inch alley tube that I don't need, because I'll probably just return that. Anyway, so here is my battery. So obviously it runs from the front of the car all the way up, and it comes out through this little grommet here, so it's hidden with that. Obviously when my plastics go back on, you can't even see it. I just bought this bracket off eBay. It happens to fit these Optima batteries perfectly, or just like NS70 size battery. It's been riv nutted to the floor, so like it's literally not going anywhere. The whole car shakes instead of the battery moving, which is really good. But yeah, that's pretty much like all I've done to the car since being, you know, quite inactive on YouTube itself. But obviously I'm still here, that's all that matters. But yeah, life's just been really quite chaotic. You know, I got a new job. You know, I don't have a lot of time to do stuff for myself. But obviously, you know, that's life. We're all busy. We've all got our demons and all got our shit to do. But I'm still here, so that's a bonus. Also, another thing I just noticed, I moved my airflow meter. So my airflow meter is now sitting here. It's now what you would call like a blow through airflow meter, which is good. So obviously when I get it all back together and running, obviously I'm going to have to get it tuned. So I'm probably looking to go, actually I got a new fuel pump as well. I picked up a Walbro 460 for a good price, which is good. So I've got obviously, yeah, bang that in the tank and yeah, run that. So I'm probably gonna hopefully try and push, what's it tuned now? It's tuned for like 375 or something on 18 pounder boost. And the only thing that Scotty said was limiting me to going faster or, you know, having more power was my fuel pump. So I think I'll probably maybe push for the, I don't know, 400, 450. I don't know. I don't really know numbers like that. I just, hey, you have car, you make go fast. I got places to go. Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably go, yeah, hopefully around that mark, you know, I'll probably push up to 20, 22 pound. I think I'll be happy with that because obviously I don't want to, you know, window my motor, you know, put a leg out of bed. But yeah, I'll just see whatever the tune is capable of making, you know, happily. Obviously I don't drive the car every day. Haven't driven the car every day for, you know, a long time. But I would love to drive my car every day to work, except the price of fuel. What an absolute joke. I forgot to add, I have these shirts that I made, obviously with my, you know, Sedan Garage logo on them. So if you want one, hit me up on Instagram. I'm in the middle of trying to like work out how to set up like a little website where people can just go, click on the link, order a shirt, it'll just come to you. I'm trying to work that stuff out because I just got some more ones made. This actually just arrived today and I thought, fuck it, I'll put it on just for the video. So if you want a shirt, it's obviously got this on the front, and then I don't know if you can see, but big logo on the back and looks cool. So if you want one, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is like @SedanGarage_, something like that. I'll put the link down below. Yeah, if you want something, let me know. See ya.